news coming to you from our studios on Keraba Avenue, and I am Ashma Oba. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. On Wednesday, President Barrow received a delegation comprising representatives from the Pharmacy Association of the Gambia, the Medicines Control Agency, and the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Interior held a validation forum on Wednesday on the Gambia's internal security policy. The First Lady Fatoumata Barrow today, Thursday, presided over the launch of a tree planting initiative organized by the Gambia National Commission for UNESCO. Addressing a group of Senegalese students who are holidaying in the Gambia, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, on Wednesday called on young people in the Gambia and Senegal to help maintain this and strengthen the cordial ties between the two countries. Also, the Chinese embassy in the Gambia on Wednesday handed over the Bakoteh shelter improvement projected for children and home for the elderly to the First Lady Fatoumata Barrow. Those and other stories coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. Now, on Wednesday, President Barrow received a delegation comprising representatives from the Pharmacy Association of the Gambia and Medicines Control Agency and the Ministry of Health to highlight on some of the challenges faced by the pharmaceutical sector due to some recent regulations imposed by the Medicine Control Agency. Alusise reports.
These regulations, which include strict guidelines for the importation of medicines, were implemented following a deadly outbreak of acute kidney injury cases that led to the deaths of at least 70 children in the Gambia. This meeting with the head of state at the State House in Banjul discussed how the regulations are affecting the import and sale of medicines in the country while exploring solutions to overcome the challenges. Maha Wanjai, Association's Public Relations Officer, welcomed the meeting as timely and informed the press that critical issues were discussed. He shared some of the challenges discussed with the President.
Our mandate is to make sure there is adequate supplies of pharmaceutical product into this country at affordable price. So if I am not able to import from a country that is considered to be a stringent regulatory authority, and I am not able to import from this country, it's a problem. Like, for instance, products that we import from Turkey. We all know that these are multinational products that we import from Turkey. But as at this regulation, an importer is not able to import these products simply because Turkish products are manufactured in Turkish. And they are multinational products. They are used in over 100 countries, and they come in Turkish. So our concern is if this product can be allowed with a sticker on it to say this is the generic name. And also we discuss about the possibility of translating the leaflet, and also we have some challenges with this. And of course we all know an immediate action needs to be taken. Otherwise the condition is going to worsen, and then this is something that will break our heart.
Njai said the association is committed to ensuring quality health products are imported into the country and further appealed for government support. Here is Maria Masima, the Director of Drug Evaluation at the Medicines Control Agency.
We at MCA, we are the authority that control the importation, exportation, manufacturing, distribution, storage, and advertisement of medicines and related products. This mandate is guided by rules and regulations and Act, that is Act 2014 and Regulation 2020. So whatever we are doing, we will make sure that we abide by the rules and regulations of the country. This is to ensure the safety, the quality and efficacy of medicines that are coming into the Gambia for our population to use. So we abide by those regulations as a regulatory agency, and we partner with stakeholders who are importing those medicines into the Gambia. We're here to support each other to make sure Gambians get quality medicines in affordable prices, and they are easily accessible.
President Barrow advised stakeholders to work together to ensure citizen safety by providing safe, affordable and accessible medicines. The Pharmaceutical Association of the Gambia is the umbrella body of all medicine importers in the Gambia. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alusise.
The Ministry of Interior held a validation forum on Wednesday on the Gambia's internal security policy. The policy aimed at strengthening the Gambia's internal security and safety framework. Julden Jai has the rest of that story.
With funding from the European Union, the validation of the internal security policy aims to address a range of security challenges, including crime prevention, counter-terrorism, border security, community policing, among other security issues. Abubakar Suleiman Jeng, National Security Advisor, says the internal security policy has been formulated based on the Ministry of Interior's constitutional mandate to provide democratic civilian control, oversight and governance of the internal security institutions.
This policy provides the Ministry of Interior and its main security institution the direction and approach that is required to effectively protect and enhance the security and safety of the country as envisaged by the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. Noting the importance of political will of the government, the critical role of security governance, buy-in and ownership of the ongoing security sector reform, the policy has been developed through an inclusive partnership comprising civilian oversight bodies, citizens, and implementing partners to ensure a comprehensive and unified approach to our national security.
Abdullahi Sanyang, Minister of Interior, highlighted the importance of the policy, saying it is a testament to Interior Ministry's commitment to ensuring a safe and secure environment for all Gambians.
The ISP outlines strategies to improve public trust and confidence in our security institution by adopting a community policing approach. It ensures that the security measures are inclusive, protective of the most vulnerable groups within the society. Central to this ISP is the promotion of human security. This policy is designed to align with our national development goals and international human rights standards.
Ken Isaac, head of DCAF Banjul office, underscores DCAF's commitment to enhancing security through more effective and accountable security and justice systems.
Since establishing a permanent office in the Gambia in 2018, we have dedicated ourselves to ensure that international support is aligned with local needs. Our approach involves collaboration with security institutions, engagement with local consultants, and the adoption of international best practice to the Gambian context. Essentially, our goal is to facilitate, provide recommendations, and leverage national expertise, whilst ensuring local ownership and relevance.
Corrado Pampaloni, the EU ambassador to the Gambia, stressed that security is a fundamental aspect of any society and it is essential for the well-being of citizens and the security of prosperity of any nation.
The European Union has always placed a high priority on supporting the security sector reform agenda of the government of the Gambia, particularly in the strengthening their internal security capabilities.
The policy will serve as a blueprint for the country's security operations to address current and emerging security threats such as cybercrime, drug trafficking and terrorism, amongst others. For QTV News, I am Julde Njai.
The First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Barrow, presided over the launch of a tree-planting initiative organized by the Gambia National Commission for UNESCO, funded by the Islamic Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Lena Igwenyiba reports.
The tree-planting exercise, which began today, will last for 5 days. The project aims to plant 10,000 seedlings and mangrove propagules across the West Coast, Lower River and Central River regions. The initiative aims to support community reforestation, promote a sustainable ecosystem, conserve biodiversity, and strengthen food security and community resilience. Fatoumata Barrow, First Lady of the Gambia, highlighted the benefits of tree planting and urged those who engage in tree planting to name the trees after their loved ones.
Tree planting is saving one life, especially when it comes to fruit planting and the mangroves, because I believe from this mangrove we will get carbon credits, which and also make the country get more money on. With the seedlings, we will eat and we will have the shade, we will have the oxygen. It's very important. I believe what we need to do now is to name these seedlings or trees after our own children, because we look after them like they are our own. Then we look after these trees too like they are our own children. I would name these trees after my children at home so that I will be visiting to come and see my babies.
Maimuna Sidibe, Secretary General of the Gambian National Commission for UNESCO, and Mohamed Jaita, Director of the Department of Forestry, outlined the program's goals and listed the communities of intervention.
In this venture, we intend to reforest 20 hectares of degraded community lands in the selected regions as part of the ecosystem-based adaptation program by planting highly efficient and adaptable woody forest species with good survival and resilience in different climate conditions.
The communities of Kudan and Sintu, Njugari, and CRR South, Balume and Bureng LRR, and these are for terrestrial tree planting. And then Jumukunda, Jonyeri, Bajiran, and Kamanka, which are found in West Coast. Those communities are going to be involved in the mangrove restoration.
Dr. Fahman Faturrahman, expert at ISESCO's Science and Technical Sector, emphasized that the project aligns with ISESCO's mission and expressed readiness to support similar initiatives.
So basically this project is part of our program. It is called Production of 500,000 Plants from High Efficient Trees. So this initiative is a key part of ISESCO's mission to protect and preserve our environment by restoring ecosystem and building resilient communities. ISESCO will always ready to support member states in enhancing the capacity within our main mandate in the area of education, culture, and science.
The First Lady planted the first trees, naming each one after her children to build a sense of ownership and ensure their care. The tree planting exercise is seen as a vital step in combating the effects of climate change in the Gambia, where rising temperatures and environmental degradation pose significant challenges. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwanyiba.
Well, from that story, we'll now take a commercial break. When we return, we have more stories for you. Don't go away.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel-Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Asma Uba. Now addressing a group of Senegalese students who are holidaying in the Gambia, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, on Wednesday called on young people in the Gambia and Senegal to help maintain and strengthen the cordial ties between the two countries by ensuring the preservation of historical and cultural ties. More in this report by Ansumana Isonyasi.
These young students are on vacation in the Gambia under the guidance of Njas Nying and his Colonie de Vacances group of Senegal, which specializes in providing recreational activities and holidays for students. Tourism Minister Abdoulaye Diop, accompanied by senior officials of the ministry and the GT board, expressed delight at seeing the students. He commended Colonie de Vacances for choosing the Gambia for their holiday activities as it shows a strong commitment to strengthen already existing ties. Let us all work harder so we can strengthen this amazing relationship between our two countries. Your organization has over the years done a tremendous job, and I really do appreciate your efforts, especially in educating children about our historical ties and the need to maintain this relationship. However, I want to challenge the young people to ensure that this relationship stays and that Senegambia continues to grow. His remarks were echoed by Bachfai and Abubakar Kamara, Chairperson and Director General of the GT Board, respectively. While they acknowledge the positive impact such initiatives will have on the children, they encourage organizers to include activities that will improve the children's understanding of Senegambia's history as part of their program. This is a good initiative and an opportunity for knowledge sharing. I encourage you to continue the good work you are doing. You can be assured of our support at all times. We are one people divided by colonialism. We share the same culture, the same food, basically the same way of life. For us at GT Board, we welcome this initiative and we support it. Our job is to promote tourism, and what you are doing is helping us market the Gambia. I join the Minister in encouraging you to continue promoting our culture and traditions. We are one people, and initiatives like this are important because it helps children understand and appreciate who we are as a people. Njas Nying is the coordinating director of Colonie de Vacances Senegal. While thanking Gambians for their hospitality, he calls for a revival of joint vacations for school children in the Gambia and Senegal. This, he adds, will help strengthen the relationship between the two countries. Senegal is the Gambia's closest neighbor geographically, with close historical, linguistic and cultural ties.
The Chinese embassy in the Gambia on Wednesday handed over the Bakoteh shelter improvement projected for children and elderly and home for the elderly to the First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro at a ceremony held at Bakoteh.
The renovation of the Bakoteh Shelter Improvement Project for Children and Home of the Elderly came after a request to improve the facility by the First Lady, Fatoumata Barbaro, to the People's Republic of China through their embassy in the Gambia. In the process, the perimeter walls and pavements were improved under the project. His Excellency Louis Jing is the ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Gambia.
The project is initiated by Your Excellency First Lady on Warm Children's Heart China-African Joint Action Events last year, which is proposed by Professor Peng, wife of President Xi Jinping, together with the Organization of African First Lady. The Chinese Embassy actively responds to and supports the Your Excellency First Lady's initiative, helping the Bakoteh shelter innovating and having a new look. The project is an example of Your Excellency First Lady's strong passion for children. Your great contribution has been well appreciated by the Gambian people and the international communities.
The shelter project is one of many intervention areas of the People's Republic of China has supported the Gambia as part of efforts to strengthen bilateral ties between the two nations. The First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro thanked the People's Republic of China through their embassy in the Gambia for supporting this project.
I would like to begin by extending our heartfelt thanks to the Chinese Embassy and by extension to the government and people of China for their generous support. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this gesture is a testament to the strength of our bilateral relations and the shared commitment to the development and well-being of our people. The infrastructures we are receiving today will undoubtedly have substantial impact on our vulnerable children, where in protection, education, healthcare, infrastructure, or other critical sectors that will enhance their quality of life.
Fatou Kinte, Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, says the Gambia and China share a long-standing relationship.
This improvement project is a direct result of the collaborative efforts between the government of the Gambia and the government of the People's Republic of China, reflecting our shared commitment to improving the lives of the most vulnerable members of the society. It is a project that symbolizes the strong ties of friendship and mutual support between Banjul and Beijing.
The improved shelter will provide security, sanctuary, and a better living environment for both the children and the elderly, who call the facility a home. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
About 10 African countries are currently reporting an Mpox outbreak, with a total of 2,030 confirmed cases and 13 deaths so far this year. More in this report by Aldel Deli Campbell.
4 countries, Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda, previously unaffected by Mpox, have reported cases since mid-July 2024. On Wednesday, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the chief of the World Health Organization, summoned an emergency meeting of international experts as cases of the most dangerous Mpox virus variant surge in African countries. Reports suggest that this variant is highly infectious, allowing it to spread rapidly among individuals, prompting serious concern from WHO experts. This warning comes just over a year that the WHO DG had declared that monkeypox no longer constituted a public health emergency of international concern, the WHO's highest alert level. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said an expert will determine whether the outbreak should be considered a global emergency. Dr. Ghebreyesus stated that the WHO has disbursed $1 million from its emergency fund to assist in addressing the Mpox outbreak. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced last week that the Mpox or monkeypox has been identified in 10 African nations this year, with DRC Congo accounting for over 96% of all cases and fatalities. According to the Africa CDC, nearly 70% of the cases in Congo are among children aged 15 and younger, and these children make up to 85% of the deaths. Mpox cases were reported for the first time last week in Burundi and Rwanda, with additional cases also identified in Kenya and the Central African Republic. Scientists reported earlier this year the rise of a new, more deadly variant of Mpox in a mining town in Congo, which can be fatal for as many as 10% of those infected. There are fears that this variant may spread more easily among people. Mpox is transmitted through close contact with those who are infected, including during sexual encounters. In 2022, the World Health Organization announced Mpox as a global emergency due to its spread to over 70 countries, primarily impacting gay and bisexual men. The spread of Mpox has been largely controlled in West African countries, thanks to vaccines and treatments, but these options remain scarce in Africa. Maria Van Kerkhove, who oversees the WHO's Outbreak Department, pointed out various troubling aspects of the Mpox crisis in Africa and called for a swift response. Treatment of Mpox patients is dependent on the symptoms. Various therapeutics that may be effective against Mpox are being developed and tested. Prevention and control rely on raising awareness in communities and educating health workers to prevent infections and transmissions. Aldel Deli Campbell reporting for QTV News.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have for you in this news bulletin, but before we go, a recap of our main news headlines. On Wednesday, President Barrow received a delegation comprising representatives from the Pharmacy Association of the Gambia, the Medicines Control Agency, and the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Interior held a validation forum on Wednesday on the Gambia's internal security policy. The First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro presided over the launch of a tree planting initiative organized by the Gambia National Commission for UNESCO. Addressing a group of Senegalese students who are holidaying in the Gambia, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, on Wednesday called on young people in the Gambia and Senegal to maintain this and strengthening the cordial ties between the two countries. The Chinese embassy in the Gambia on Wednesday handed over the Bakoteh shelter improvement project for children and home for the elderly to the First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro. That's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Join us again at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.